Definitely. I feel like as you focus so much about current events, current news, it's easy to get bleak conversationally. So I think a good question to end on, Mark, is what are you optimistic about in the future?
I'm optimistic on the human race. I mean, we do stupid stuff to ourselves all the time. I'll close by talking about carbon because that's what I'm interested in now. I take the following attitude. It really doesn't matter what me, you, or anyone else thinks about, climate change or global warming. The fact is, it's physics. If you keep dumping methane and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, the place warms up. Now, why is this significant? It's significant because large parts of the United States are already becoming uninsurable. Last week, I think it was one of the big insurers, possibly Allstate, pushed up their Illinois premiums by about 14%. Why did they do this? Because they're making catastrophic losses everywhere else, because billion-dollar losses that used to be sort of once or twice a year are now happening multiple times every year. You can't really do capitalism without insurance. So let me give you an example of this. Think about how important houses are for the US economy, building them, renting them, selling them, swapping them, using them as ATMs. This is a huge part of what we do. You can't have a mortgage unless you get insurance. If your insurance becomes either unaffordable or unavailable, that will have a massive impact on people's ability to buy, sell, and build homes. So, whether we like it or not, we need to have some set of policies that address not just the insurance failure, the state takes it on the balance sheet and we continue as usual, but what are we going to do about the underlying problem, which is this climate is destabilizing and producing these storms, and these storms are very costly. Unfortunately, my main worry about the administration going forward is that they don't seem to be focused on that at all. In fact, they're quite in literally in denial and figuratively in denial about it. But I think that there's a great line from Harold Macmillan, the British Prime Minister in the 1950s, who was asked by a journalist who says, so what do you look for on the horizon? What do you think are the things that are important? And he said, events, dear boy, events. Things just happen, and those things, like insurance markets suddenly becoming unaffordable, doesn't matter what you think, you're going to have to address it. And if you want to address it seriously, you're going to have to get back onto thinking about carbon. Second thing is, China must be laughing their proverbial pants off on this one, because they've already, for the past 10 years, decided that they're going to be the main supplier of every single strategic green tech and hard tech sector that everyone's going to buy in the 21st century because of climate change. And the IRA in the US was an attempt to basically get some of that back. And now it seems we're just going to give up on this. And that just leaves the place open to China to basically sell it to the rest of the world. I'm optimistic that we will recognize the error of that and try and connect it rather than deny our ways to an unsustainable future.